again to get back on the road. So it's time to say adios to Oaxaca, and I'm heading to Tlamacas, which is not really a town. It's kind of a little village on the west slope of Popocatepetl, an active volcano near Mexico City. Anyway, my time has been great here in Oaxaca. The Day of the Dead was pretty exciting. Learned a lot about it. Got to see the pyramids and had a great time. And on the way out of town, there's just this beautiful view of the city. A little smoggy, but nonetheless beautiful. It's time to get on the road, and hopefully we see some beautiful sights from between here and that massive volcano. All right, on the way out of Oaxaca. Never even got to see those sides of town, I don't think. I think that one up there is where the pyramid was. So yeah, I was on that side of town. Trash. Biker man. This guy hand. Necesito ahí metes. Hola. Oh, tengo ahí metes, ¿eh? ¿Qué necesito?
Es que no sé, venía yo bien en el camino y hizo explosión y ya no quiso arrancarse y dar la marcha y todo. Se le fue una válvula.
Well, it turns out, I think he may have blown his motor. He said there was an explosion that he heard, and it turns over still, but it's not firing. So, and anyway, he has to go to the next town, and I have no room on my motorcycle, or I would totally give the guy a ride. Buen día. But he says it's not too far to his mechanic, so maybe the people are really helpful here in Mexico. Like, you know, they will generally stop. So I'm sure if he starts to walk, someone will pick him up. Alright, so well, there was a sudden elevation change, and it's gotten a lot cooler. Thank God. This is a pretty good road. A lot of times these toll roads, you're paying you're paying a ridiculous fee to get on it, and there's potholes all in it. But this one's pretty good. And beautiful. Wow. These guys right here, I already passed them once, but I pulled over to do some mic checking, and like, they're really pushing it. There's two people on this little motorcycle, and I passed them going up a hill. They're riding a little heavy. Thought I was heavy. But again, they're two up. So I'm about an hour in to this 7.5 hour drive back to the state of Mexico from Oaxaca, and it's gorgeous. Freedom. Yes, indeed. Definitely do not regret doing that. Up ahead, off to the right, it's starting to get very cloudy. As you can see over there, looks like possible rain. So I've come to the conclusion, if you want it to rain in Mexico, just have me drive there and it will rain. Because like out of my whole trip in Mexico, the only part it didn't rain on me was between Acapulco and Mazunta. Every other part of my trip, I've been rained on. Beautiful. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Love it. Oh yeah, how cool is that? It's a pretty deep canyon. This does not suck. Good God. That guy's got a load. I've towed with a RV through Mexico before, not only with a Class A but also a Class C. I had a Class A and I used to tow my Jeep through Mexico. Wow! And I would run into, cops sometimes that would be like, that's not legal. And yeah, it is. And, you then just argue with them a little bit and they let you go. But my girlfriend Jonna, of course, has a Class C, and we tow her Jeep with that, and we've taken it into Mexico twice already. And of course, normally when I'm in an RV in Mexico, I have a little R-Pod. It's my favorite little camping getaway, and I tow that with my truck, and it's well equipped. It's perfectly suitable for travel for sure. Man, this is such a beautiful drive. Obviously, there's no way the camera can actually, capture this. Past that group of motorcycles back there. I don't know if it's just some kind of a religious deal or if somebody died or what, but there was another group of motorcycles just before that one, and then about 30 miles back there were a couple of different groups of people that were actually walking with the same thing, the flowers and stuff that they were carrying, and it looked like they were carrying some effigies and stuff as well. And I know there's this thing that happens before Christmas where people will literally walk all the way across the country to go to Mexico City, kind of like a pilgrimage, actually. I mean, they will walk hundreds and hundreds of miles to go to the Basilica with this big effigy of Mother Mary, or the Guadalupe, on their back. And there'll be groups of people. I mean, I literally... See, I was staying in Puebla during Christmas, and, they were passing through this little town because there was a dirt road that went over the mountain that was a shortcut to get to Mexico City. And anyway, so they would go through that little town, and we stopped them and asked them, and that's what it was. Is like they were assuming that a prayer would be answered if they made this pilgrimage to the Basilica with the effigy of the Guadalupe. In fact, when this happened, I was doing this kind of a charity thing where I was sponsored by a company to go and rebuild homes after the earthquake, and that's why I was in this town. And this is why, when I discovered this, the very first person whose door I was taken to and knocked on their door to let them know I wanted to help build their house. It was a guy and two small children, and it was his sister had just done this pilgrimage, and so she was not there in Puebla. She had walked to Mexico City to pray for her house because they lost their home in the earthquake. And there I was knocking on the door to say, I'm here to rebuild your home. And it gave me chills when they told me that's what she was doing. I was like, wow. Divine intervention, I guess. I don't know what to call that, karma, whatever, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, that was a truly magic moment for me. Oh my God, look at this. Looks like I'm in the middle of Puebla, and the route that the map is showing looks like I am going to be going through Atlixco and Metepec, so going around the backside, which avoids going into Mexico City, which is always good. Especially near the airport area, the police are pretty corrupt in that area. Especially if they recognize, well, luckily you don't have a front plate on a motorcycle, so it's hard for them to see you coming. But if you have a foreign plate or a plate that, I guess they recognize the rental car plates, because I've been told that they pull over rental cars. And one time I did rent a car from the Mexico City airport and drove out here to Puebla, actually to Atlixco. And when I returned, I was getting close to the turnoff for the airport, and the guy pulls me over, flags me down. Hey, you ran a stop sign. Like, I know, damn good and well I did not run a stop sign. But he claims that I did. And I just argued with him for a while, and then I just drove away. and nothing, had no problems with it. But yeah, he was just trying to scam me. He said, yeah, you ran a red light back there, and my partner behind you, he said that he's seen you. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But so gotta watch out for that stuff. On the opposite side of Puebla now. I thought that I was going to be going through the other toll road and end up in Atlixco, but I'm not sure that I am now, because I'm very close to Popocatepetl, as you can see right there. The sun is setting behind the volcano, and if you look close at the top, there has been some action. It started about 30 minutes ago. A little puff of smoke came out of there. And it's still kind of lingering. At least there's no snow on it right now, so when I get where I'm going and I find out what information I need to know, then whoa, there it goes. Right now there's a little more. Yeah, just spit another puff of smoke out. Well, I'm 50 minutes from the place I'm trying to be, but I don't know what the name of this village is or anything, but I seen signs back there about being a park, ecological park or something. So this might be an area that caters to tourism of the volcano. Pretty cool little town, man. Like it. And I was wrong in my assumption that I would be going through Metepec and Atlisco. This is uncharted territory for me. I hadn't actually been this way. Didn't even realize that there was a road that came around this side of the volcano. Looks like now I'm on dirt roads. I don't know if I'm going to be on a dirt road the rest of the way, or... Yeah, that's what this bike's for. But even being that's what it's for with a load like I'm carrying is not fantastic. Yeah, there is a little bit of loose sand. All right, it's getting a little bit sketch here. It's getting hard to see, and there are sand patches. So I gotta watch my ass. I'm thinking I may have actually been on this dirt road, but accessed it from a different point when I was staying in Metepec. Another, I don't know, 14 miles or 14 kilometers in this, and we're steadily going up and up and up. And I noticed from the map that I believe we're almost at the tree line where the trees stop growing, you know, like it's no vegetation, so that could be very cold. If I don't run into I don't know, a little puebla or something soon, I might have to turn around. I don't have any water or food, haven't eaten all day, no having extra water. I mean, I have gas and a lighter. I could probably find a little something for a fire, but anyway, my battery's about to die on the camera, I can tell, because the screen's not lit. So I'll probably have to sign off until I recharge my camera.
All right, so after my long day of driving yesterday, I ended up going down this dirt road over the mountain pass between the two volcanoes, which behind me is Tachihualta. I don't know. I'm sure I'm butchering the name of that. And then back up there is Popocatepetl. So Popocatepetl is the one I would like to get on from my engagement with the police last night, because there's like a visitor center up there that is the national park for these two volcanoes. And there was like, you know, police trailers set up and multiple police just hanging out. And they had the road that goes to the nearest point you can get to on the volcano, a little area called Tlamacas. And there's like an old abandoned hotel there, which is where I kind of planned on camping last night. But yeah, no luck with that because they have the road blocked off. So I'm going to go back up there and ask around and see if there's like a permitting process or whatever. Because when I was there last night, there was about 5 hikers with all their backpack gear and everything sleeping inside the center, but they wouldn't let me in. So I assume there's like some kind of process that you do go through or whatever. And I'm going to go find out what that is. And if that doesn't work, I will casually ask a question, because I've done this before. When I went to the Colima volcano, it was closed for COVID, but I was able to bribe the guy at the gate to take me up there. And John and I were the only ones in the park, so it was a pretty cool time. We weren't able to get all the way to the peak, but we got pretty far up the volcano. It was the dormant one, of course. And reason being because we only had 3 hours to do that, so we could be picked up again and dropped back off at our vehicle. But bribing seems to work in Mexico with many things, and I'm not above doing that at all.
Popocatepetl in Iztaccíhuatl? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out how to say it. But anyway, that peak apparently is open. You can hike to that one, and that one is dangerous, which is why I want to go there.
I made it up here to the top. Well, to the top. This is kind of the, I guess, the equivalent of a ranger station, the national park thing. Because these two volcanoes, that's Popocatepetl, and this is the Ixtaccíhuatl, whatever. I don't know. I'm going to ask somebody how to say that while I'm here. I'm going to go in the office and ask some questions. Anyway, this is a national park, the two volcanoes, and to my understanding, that one's a no-no. But what I gather from the guy outside is Popocatepetl is permanently closed due to the volcanic activity. And he said that's pretty strict. I asked him, hey, I bribe my way up on another volcano. Is that possible here? And he says no, that they're not gonna allow that. But I guess maybe I didn't ask the right guy. Who knows? Oh man, but it is very beautiful up here. So this one is 5,442 meters high. I think it's 17,000 feet, and then it's Tatsuala is Tatsuala is 200 meters shorter, so 5,220 something. Man, it's very beautiful up here, though. I mean, it's worth the drive up, no doubt. So he's that it is 9 kilometers to, I don't know if he meant to the top or to like a trailhead or whatever. He said that you can drive over there, but you can't get a motorcycle over there. I don't know about that. I could probably get the moto over there. Well, it's discouraging, but maybe if I just keep asking. I'm going to ask a few people. See if there's any rogue. I guess I should find out what the penalty is, too. I may get deported for doing something like that. God, I love this road. This is a really good road. Nice. How fun is this? Last night when I passed by here, I didn't have my camera on because the battery was dead. But there was a big tree covering half of the road, and I think it was right there. Somebody has since moved it. Yeah, actually it was right back there. There seems to be a lot of trees around here. There's just like firewood laying on the side of the road everywhere. Yeah, sorry if I'm not leaning into the curves like some kind of race guy, but I prefer not to kill myself.
I love their use of guardrails here. None. I guess that rock wall, but that's pretty common in Mexico. Yeah, I mean, you'll be just traveling along the side of a cliff somewhere and there's no guardrail to. You gotta be responsible for yourself here. This has been a really cool road here. Been on it for quite some time. It said Zona de Curva, and I've been going for like 5 miles and it's nothing but curves, and it looks like they are continuing. You know? Oh, God. Beautiful. I'm only on this road because I'm a dumbass. I left my hotel in Oaxaca and I had the blanket kind of folded up and leaned up against the wall, and lo and behold, my wallet was in there, and I drove all the way to Mexico City, 7.5 hours. Well, not Mexico City, but near the volcano. 7.5 hours. And I'd actually searched for my wallet at one point, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably in one of the pairs of pants in the laundry. And I should have turned around then. I would have saved myself a lot of trouble. But then I wouldn't be here enjoying this beautiful road. I told my girlfriend Jonna, yeah, I forgot my damn wallet and had to go back. And she's like, well, at least you like driving. And I do. So it's not really a lot to complain about. I get to drive. Yeehaw. Oh, I think that red X means don't run off the road. It's straight down.